Mexico's history stretches back millennia, to a time when powerful civilizations flourished. The Olmec, considered the mother culture of Mesoamerica, left behind enigmatic, colossal heads. The Maya, known for their sophisticated writing system and calendar, built impressive cities like Chichen Itza. In central Mexico, Teotihuacan, a bustling metropolis, exerted influence throughout the region. The Toltec, fierce warriors, rose to prominence after Teotihuacan's decline. Finally, the Aztecs, with their magnificent capital, Tenochtitlan, dominated central Mexico. These civilizations left an indelible mark on Mexico's cultural landscape. Their art, architecture, and traditions continue to inspire awe and wonder. Mexico's ancient past is a testament to the ingenuity and resilience of its indigenous peoples. Their legacy lives on in the country's vibrant cultural tapestry. The echoes of their civilizations resonate through the ages, shaping the identity of modern Mexico. These ancient roots provide a profound sense of history and heritage to the Mexican people. The arrival of Hernán Cortés in 1519 marked a turning point in Mexican history. Cortés, a Spanish conquistador, landed on the shores of what is now Veracruz. He encountered the Aztec Empire, ruled by Moctezuma II. Intrigued by the arrival of these strangers, Moctezuma initially welcomed them. However, this encounter would prove fateful for the Aztec Empire. Cortés, driven by ambition and gold, exploited divisions within the empire. He forged alliances with indigenous groups eager to overthrow Aztec rule. The Spanish possessed superior weaponry, including guns and horses, which gave them a significant military advantage. In a brutal conquest, Cortés and his allies captured Tenochtitlan in 1521. The fall of Tenochtitlan marked the end of the Aztec Empire and the beginning of Spanish colonial rule in Mexico. The conquest had a devastating impact on the indigenous population. Disease, warfare, and forced labor decimated their numbers. The Spanish imposed their language, religion, and culture on the conquered people. This clash of worlds would forever alter the course of Mexican history. The Spanish established the Viceroyalty of New Spain, a vast territory encompassing present-day Mexico, Central America, and parts of the United States. Colonial rule lasted for 3 centuries, leaving an enduring legacy on Mexican society. The Spanish crown sought to extract wealth from its new colony. Mining, particularly silver, became a major industry. The encomienda system, a form of forced labor, exploited indigenous communities. The Catholic Church played a significant role in colonial life. Missionaries spread Christianity, often through forced conversions. They built churches and monasteries, which became centers of religious and cultural life. The colonial period also saw the emergence of a mixed-race population known as mestizos, as Spanish colonists intermarried with indigenous women. This blending of cultures would contribute to the richness and complexity of Mexican identity. However, colonial rule was marked by inequality and exploitation. Indigenous people faced discrimination and oppression. The seeds of discontent were sown during this period, eventually leading to the struggle for independence. By the late 18th century, resentment against Spanish rule had reached a boiling point. Inspired by Enlightenment ideals and the American and French revolutions, Mexicans yearned for freedom. The spark that ignited the rebellion came in 1810. Miguel Hidalgo y Costilla, a priest in the town of Dolores, issued his famous Grito de Dolores. This call to arms resonated with the oppressed masses, igniting a popular uprising. Hidalgo's rebellion, though ultimately unsuccessful, galvanized the Mexican people. Other leaders, including José María Morelos and Vicente Guerrero, continued the fight for independence. After a decade of struggle, Mexico finally achieved its independence in 1821. The Treaty of Cordoba recognized Mexico as an independent nation. The long and bloody war had come to an end, but the challenges of building a new nation were just beginning. Mexico faced the daunting task of forging a national identity and establishing a stable government after centuries of colonial rule. The fight for independence had come at a great cost, but it had also ignited a spirit of national pride and determination. Section 5. Forging a Nation Challenges of the 19th Century. The early years of Mexican independence were marked by political instability and economic struggles. The country faced internal divisions, regional conflicts, and foreign interventions. The loss of territory in the Mexican-American War, from 1846 to 1848, was a major blow to the nation's pride. Mexico ceded vast territories including California, Texas, and the American Southwest to the United States. Despite these challenges, Mexico made progress in the mid-19th century during the period known as La Reforma. Led by Benito Juárez, a Zapotec Indian who rose to become president, La Reforma aimed to modernize Mexico. Juárez implemented liberal reforms including the separation of church and state, the nationalization of church property, and the establishment of a secular education system. These reforms, though opposed by conservative forces, laid the groundwork for a more democratic and modern Mexico. However, Juárez's death in 1872 ushered in a new era, one dominated by the authoritarian rule of Porfirio Díaz. The Porfiriato, as Díaz's regime was known, brought economic growth, but at the expense of social justice and political freedom. Díaz's policies favored foreign investment and the elite, while the majority of Mexicans remained mired in poverty. This growing inequality would eventually lead to the Mexican Revolution. The 19th century was a turbulent period for Mexico, marked by both progress and setbacks. It was a time of nation building, but also a time of internal strife and external pressures. Section 6. Revolution and Transformation, the 20th Century. The Mexican Revolution, which erupted in 1910, was one of the most significant events in 20th century Mexican history. Fueled by social and economic inequalities, the revolution toppled the Díaz regime and ushered in a period of profound change. Revolutionary leaders like Emiliano Zapata and Pancho Villa emerged as symbols of the people's struggle for land and justice. The revolution was a complex and bloody affair, with various factions vying for power. After years of conflict, a new constitution was adopted in 1917. The Constitution of 1917 enshrined social rights including land reform, labor rights, and education. It also established a presidential system of government and laid the groundwork for a more democratic and egalitarian society. The revolution led to the emergence of the Institutional Revolutionary Party, or PRI, which would dominate Mexican politics for much of the 20th century. Under the PRI, Mexico experienced a period of relative stability and economic growth. The government implemented social welfare programs, invested in infrastructure, and promoted industrialization. However, the PRI's rule was also characterized by authoritarian tendencies, corruption, and a lack of political competition. Section 7. Modern Mexico, a nation in transition. The late 20th century witnessed significant changes in Mexican society and politics. The country experienced rapid urbanization, economic liberalization, and a growing middle class. In 2000, after decades of PRI rule, Vicente Fox of the National Action Party, or PAN, won the presidential election. This historic victory marked the end of the PRI's dominance and the beginning of a new era of multi-party democracy in Mexico. Mexico today faces a number of challenges, including poverty, inequality, corruption, and drug-related violence. The country is also grappling with issues related to migration, both within Mexico and across its borders. Despite these challenges, Mexico is a vibrant democracy with a rich culture and a resilient people. The country has made significant progress in recent decades in areas such as education, healthcare, and human development. Mexico is a key player in the global economy and a close partner of the United States. The country is at a crossroads, facing both opportunities and challenges in the 21st century. The decisions made by Mexican leaders and citizens in the years to come will shape the destiny of this dynamic and complex nation. Mexico's story is one of resilience, transformation, and enduring hope. Section 8. Shaping Destiny, Key Leaders and Their Legacies. Throughout its long history, Mexico has been shaped by the visions and actions of its leaders. From the ancient rulers who built mighty civilizations, to the revolutionaries who fought for freedom and justice, these individuals have left an indelible mark on the nation's destiny. Hernán Cortés, the Spanish conquistador, forever altered the course of Mexican history with his conquest of the Aztec Empire. Miguel Hidalgo y Costilla, the father of Mexican independence, ignited the flames of rebellion with his Grito de Dolores. Benito Juárez, the revered statesman, led Mexico through turbulent times, implementing liberal reforms and defending the nation's sovereignty. Porfirio Díaz, the controversial dictator, oversaw a period of economic growth but at the expense of social justice and political freedom. Emiliano Zapata and Pancho Villa, icons of the Mexican Revolution, fought for land reform and social justice, inspiring generations of Mexicans with their courage and commitment to the poor and marginalized. These leaders, both revered and reviled, have shaped Mexico's past and continue to influence its present. Their legacies are complex and often contested, but their impact on the nation's history is undeniable. Section 9. Conclusion: Mexico's enduring spirit. Mexico's history is a testament to the resilience and creativity of its people. From the ancient civilizations that flourished in its lands to the modern nation grappling with the complexities of the 21st century, Mexico has consistently defied expectations and overcome adversity. Its story is one of cultural fusion, social transformation, and an enduring spirit that continues to inspire. As Mexico navigates the challenges and opportunities of the future, it can draw strength from its rich and complex past. The lessons learned from its history, both triumphant and tragic, can guide the nation towards a brighter tomorrow.